Can you see how tiny, tiny, tiny? So tiny.
Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here.
Hi Nigel. This box, Nigel brought all of his beautiful creations that he made this winter. And we're gonna see it. I haven't seen them yet. I'm really excited to see it.
Well, let's get them out one at a time. So here's the first. There it is.
Wow.
Kind of a oval pot with smooth sides and a few details. Nothing too fancy.
Beautiful. Yeah, it is oval. In the camera, it kind of shows like round at first, but the tiny feet. Holy cow! Like they're just like it's my nail size.
There's my name on the bottom.
That's so awesome. Wow.
On one of the pots. Here's another one. I guess this one is fairly similar, except it has more tapered sides.
All right.
Similar details. So there it is down there.
Wow.
And next we have a round pot. It's
a little like a little
cylindrical.
taller.
Cylindrical. It's not much taper. I think there's a bit of taper on the inside.
So you mean like it's just straight walls?
Yeah, it's pretty straight.
Kind of reminds me of towers in the castle.
Yeah.
Like upside down.
And then here's a freeform pot. There it is, sort of like a crescent shape. And then the drainage hole, I left a little groove so the water can escape out the back of the pot.
Oh, wow. Very smart.
So it can, that way it's just not sitting on the table and collecting water. Got like a, sort of a egg bursting or something kind of pot. I don't know what you call it.
It's like a cracked dinosaur egg.
Spherical pot, I guess. Yeah, a cracked dinosaur egg or something.
That's neat.
And again, I have
the feet are kind of
on the
hidden
bottom.
there.
Yeah, so it's kind of allows for drainage.
Did you pinch pot that one, or
these are all made from
carved?
Solid
And like carved away?
Yeah, carved and
It's your favorite technique, isn't it?
Yeah, I like it. Here's a shallow oval.
Oh wow, very neat.
Getting into the bigger pots here.
Oh yeah, they're getting bigger. Are they in the order of the making or just
No,
random?
they're just random. So that is it for layer one.
Oh right.
And yeah, I made quite a few pots, but there's always styles that I could still make lots more. You look through a book and you go, oh, I really like that pot, and then I want it miniature.
Oh my gosh.
So here's one with sort of,
wow.
I don't know what we call that style with the kind of skull sides on it.
That's gorgeous. Fluted, I think?
Fluted, that's a good word for it, yeah.
That's so neat.
Yeah, there's that one.
I love that style. It's kind of like a Chinese imperial palace style.
Yeah. And then here's a very traditional fancy feet. Chinese style, I guess you would call it.
Oh, that one's a beauty.
I like the little fancy feet on it.
Yeah.
And I made a little inset in the upper lip.
Oh, right. I saw that video. That was exciting.
If I glaze any little detail like that. And then here's an oval pot. Really bathtub style.
Bathtub style. Wow. Very cool.
Yeah. And a very simple little oval pot.
Ooh.
Fancy feet on it.
Oh yeah.
I just used a ballpoint pen to
oh my gosh. Those are so tiny. Like I'm gonna put my finger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, that's like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's hard to get a sense of scale, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the videos and that. And here's one. I'm not keen on this pot, but it's kind of
that's neat.
Different.
Mini cascade.
I don't know. Those feet are, I don't know. I don't know if they'll survive the firing either.
I think they'll be fine. The
Really?
small things normally fire well.
Fire okay.
There isn't much room for deformation.
Okay.
It's like gravity.
There's a very simple rectangular pot. Nothing fancy on it.
Very nice line though.
Small trees for these.
Yeah.
Here's another fluted side one. Very rectangular.
Oh, yeah, I can see the fluted shape from the top.
The fancy insert at the top there too. The edge, the lip. And here's I guess you call it a lotus shaped pot.
Wow, so interesting.
Yeah, when I was making this pot, I was trying to style out like this, and I didn't really like it. But then when it was done, I went, I really like this pot.
Yeah.
It really grew on me as I was making it. I thought it's going to be too fancy and silly looking.
It's very elegant. I like that.
There's a little 3-foot one.
Oh my gosh, that is a tiny thing.
Has
After firing, it'll be like, I don't know if you'll be able to fit your finger in there.
The thimbles has a bit of detail on the sides, a few grooves and that. Yeah, that's that one, and we're not done yet.
Wow, you've been busy.
I was productive. Yeah, this one, it's kind of got a heavy lip on the top and fancy feet. I like the feet on that one. I think they turned out nice.
Yeah. Kind of like remind me of like cat feet.
Yeah.
Cat paws.
It's hard making feet that small.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It makes me really see a small pot with nice feet on it. I realize, wow, person really went to town. And there's a little tapered rectangular one, a little square, I guess.
That is cool. Wow. And that was also, all of them were chiseled.
Yeah, they're all made out of one piece. Now here's a very simple one, a little larger.
Oh yeah.
So just
classic.
About as plain a pot as you can get. Functional and plain with the tapered sides. And yeah. And then there's a couple more small ones.
Oh my gosh.
There's another one I like. It's kind of got a sort of Chinese style, I would say, with the feet and the lip on the bottom.
It's interesting design for the feet. Like they just come out from that rim and it's like part of the whole, but separate. I like that.
It's sort of distinct. And here's the one that Jay really likes. Jay from Blue Jay Bonsai.
Oh yeah.
So
oh my gosh, yeah, that is
little dimples in it.
Very
I don't think you can make a smaller pot.
No,
you could, but it's getting down there in size, isn't it? And it's got a little pebble texture on it. I was even able to sign the bottom of it.
Wow.
It was quite hard to get in there.
Miniature letters.
And then I've just got 2 larger pots now. So I've got kind of a large, little oval one. Nothing fancy, just I thought for a little forest or something, or even a single tree. And then I got my fancy one, which I don't know. It's sort of
oh my gosh
fancy, but I don't know.
It's like that style that you like from from Vietnam.
Style,
So tell me about that.
And
beautiful.
It was quite difficult to make.
Very complex.
But I think it turned out okay. There's the bottom of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the kind of style that if I made 2 or 3 of them, I think by the 3rd or 4th one I would get it quite nicely, because there's a lot of, you try out different tools. And some work for some applications and some sort of work, and then you find a better tool, and then and I find even with the pots, from when I first started making these little pots, I didn't really know what tool to use where. And so gradually I tried a few different techniques, and I think also, setting up your studio with, you know, different.
To support your hands?
Yeah, and just, yeah, like when I'm scribing some of these grooves around, just having something that height to put your tool on and rotate the pot around. And kind of, I could see if you made enough of them, you discover the best and most efficient method for making the pot. And, you know, it's kind of like, you want to touch the clay. It's like watercolor painting. You want to touch the clay as little as possible. So every stroke you remove, you want that to be the final. You don't want to have to go back and then touch it up, if possible.
That makes sense, because it's so hard to touch it up.
Yeah, and
it shows.
And it's best just to do it right the first time, and then it's done. And that's what I find. It's just, yeah. But I really enjoyed making them, and I think the variety of styles I enjoyed, and I can see there's an infinite variety you could make.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I tackled a lot of the basic shapes, but there's so many. I didn't make any like tall cascade ones. Well, I made the one here, but yeah, you could make.
You can keep going.
And then, yeah, you'll always see one in a magazine or something, and you go, oh, I really like that pot, and you can make it in miniature. And I don't know about glazing on these.
We'll see. I mean, some of them could be glazed.
Yeah.
I think all of them can have the stain if you'd like, the iron oxide. The small ones, like, I mean, somehow people glaze them. You can glaze them with the brush, right? Like, as long as the feet are not, like, as long as there's this like 5 millimeters from the kiln shelf, then it should be fine.
Okay.
But you know, we have a 1 centimeter pot.
I know.
That's gonna be a little tough, but I think it's doable.
Yeah, I guess you'd have to use a very thin glaze, wouldn't you? You couldn't put a big, thick, heavy glaze on it.
Probably, yeah. Something light that doesn't run, that's been tested and true, and you know it's not gonna just like run off the pot. It's gonna stay where you put it.
Yeah.
Because glazes have different properties like that. Some of them are more runny, so those would not be recommended.
No.
Thanks so much for stopping by and taking time to show us your pots.
Well, I thank you for firing them. It's going to be quite a process, I'm sure.
You're welcome. I'll let you know when they're fired.
Okay.
They will shrink, I'm sure, and
Even tinier, eh?
they'll be so tiny.
Oh, that'll be cool.